name is Jojo and I like to read. Give a Book, Give a Voice is a channel that helps young people learn new vocabulary and listen to interesting stories. The book I'm reading today is Funny Kid for President by Matt Stanton. Miss Sniggles only started as the principal of Red Hill Middle School this year, and this might sound hard to believe, but I've never actually seen her before. Only a few people from Red Hill ever have. I know who she is from the sound of her voice because she addresses the school over the speakers every morning. There have been so many rumors. Some have said that she actually has no body. She's just a granny head connected to a bunch of wires in a big computer. Cyborg Sniggles never leaves her science lab office because she can't. She has to be plugged into a power source at all times. She runs the school during the day, and after the bell rings, she continues work on building her cyborg army to take over the world. Another theory that she's actually a cat. Cat Sniggles is a fat feline criminal mastermind who killed the old principal and seized control of the school without anyone ever realizing that she's got 4 legs and a tail. Ricardo in the year above us once saw a whole carton of milk being delivered to her office. She says that her signature looks like a paw print. That just about proves this theory, we figure. What everyone seems pretty certain about is that as harmless and granny-like as Miss Sniggle sounds over the speakers every day, she absolutely has to be a supervillain who is intent on taking over the universe. Either that or an alien. You decide. Hugo, Mr. Armstrong, and I approach her office, and the door swings open as if by magic. Mr. Armstrong, Max, come in. Hugo, you can go. Says the voice from inside. I turn around and look at my friend. He hugs me and bursts into tears again, as though he doesn't want to leave me, but he runs out of there as fast as his legs will carry him. Traitor. I follow Mr. Armstrong into the principal's lair. Only, it turns out, it's less of a lair and more of a zoo. The principal's office is jam-packed with full stuffed animals. There are pandas on the bookshelves and lions on the desks. There are birds and lampshades and bugs on the box. There's couch with leopard print and a pillow with puppies. There's a painting of Central Park Zoo in New York City, and on the wall, a rug that looks like a grizzly bear on the floor. Little tiny figurines of whales on the coffee table. Have a seat, gentlemen, says Miss Sniggles. Only I can't see her anywhere. Is she a ghost? That could explain a lot. Mr. Armstrong and I sit down on the couch, a stuffed giraffe between us. And that's when the tiniest person I've ever seen steps out from behind the desk in the corner and settles herself into a leopard print armchair. She has gray curly hair, big glasses, and a walking stick. She's wearing a safari suit and hat, and she looks like she's at least 1,000 years old. Now tell me, Mr. Armstrong, would you mind telling me what is going on here? Miss Sniggles, it's like this. I found out that this little creep was planning a prank. I don't like that, Mr. Armstrong, she interrupts. I know, I didn't like it either. No, I don't like you calling a child a creep. Wait, what? But he is one, Mr. Armstrong exclaims. The way I see it, children are precious little cubs, the principal explains, sipping tea from a flamingo cup. It's our job to nurture them as they grow. It's a jungle out there. I smile. I'm beginning to quite like Miss Sniggles. Mr. Armstrong leans forward as though to tell her a secret, but I can still hear him. This kid is no little cub, Miss Sniggles. If he's an animal, he's a pest. Clink! That's the principal putting her cup down firmly in the pink saucer. She glares at Mr. Armstrong and straightens her glasses. I think I'm beginning to understand your problem, Mr. Armstrong. Ah, tell me, who is your class president? Miss Sniggles asked. What? Mr. Armstrong stammers. Your class president, your student representative. I would like to start meeting with you and your class president each week for a little chat. She is smiling so sweetly, but my teacher is squirming in the sofa next to me. Is that you, Max? No, Miss Snick. We skipped that this year. Mr. Armstrong interrupts. We didn't have the time in the curriculum. He is sweating. I can see drops of Armstrong's sweat rolling down his bald head. This is fast becoming the best day of my life. Nonsense! Miss Sniggles climbs down from her armchair. Every class needs a class president. You have 1 week to hold your elections, Mr. Armstrong. The following Monday I will come and vote myself. After the president is elected, I look forward to a regular cup of tea with you and one of your cubs. I think that should help us all better understand each other. Now, hop along, you two bunny rabbits. You have an election campaign to run. Mr. Armstrong looks like one pretty cranky bunny to me. The end.